Elmo lost his f***ing mind.
Elmo is back to his usual family-friendly content after a hacker posted racist and anti-Semitic remarks to the Sesame Street character's X account.
This is what happens when you go too long without tickling Elmo. I'm sure it wasn't terrible. It was Elmo. How bad could it be?
The since deleted posts called for death to the Jewish community and criticism of President Trump. The hacker also demanded the release of the Epstein files and used inappropriate language to respond to other users.
All caps, Elmo? These tweets were especially shocking to me as someone who has worked with Elmo. I've worked with Elmo, as everybody definitely remembers. Yeah. I hosted Elmo Palooza in, I'm gonna say 1831. This picture makes me sad for a number of reasons. It does remind me, though, of a certain point in one's career where you haven't really established yourself yet, and so they really don't give a shit if your wardrobe fits. And while Elmo is demanding that the files be released. Donald Trump's response is brought to you by the letters FU.
You still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. Are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Unbelievable? You guys ran on it. Remember this?
We need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
This Epstein sex ring operation, I'm not letting it go ever. Ever.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Why would you have to change your pants to let us know who the pedophiles are? And why wouldn't you be wearing pants while you're researching this? And that was before the Trump administration took power. And by the way, they were still hyping the Epstein files after they took power.
We have flight logs, we have information, names, that will come out.
President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
So people can expect actual movement on this. It's not just empty promises.
Oh, Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises.
Yeah, right.
There was a client list, then there was no client list. They were going to release all the files, and then they decided not to release any files. So let's see what today's excuse is.
I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden,
Okay, cool. Cool as a cucumber. This guy's not worried about a thing. So let me get this straight. According to Trump, all the top Democrats got together and said, let's create some fake files that destroy Trump's political career. They don't ever use them. They let Trump get elected, don't use them. Let Trump get elected again, still don't use them. And then once he's the president, hope he releases the files without ever looking at them. Frankly. That plan sounds so inconceivably bad, I do believe the Democrats might have come up with it.
I know you've urged people to move on, but I'm curious, why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story?
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life.
Not the guy you call to give a eulogy.
Of course we want answers. No one is satisfied with what has been received or lack thereof. No one is satisfied with the rollout of this.
Yes, Mr. President. If Lauren Boebert was in charge, you better believe she would leave people satisfied. She would not be jerking everyone around and then leaving them frustrated like you. No, sir, with her, there would be a complete finish. This is a shocking turn of events for Donald Trump. His own sycophants are breaking ranks with him, and even worse, they are demanding accountability.
I think moving forward, we need a special counsel. That has got to happen. I want answers, and maybe that takes that special counsel to do so. Maybe Matt Gaetz can lead the special counsel.
You want Matt Gaetz to investigate underage sex trafficking? Because it makes sense in a sort of game-recognized game way. I can see Matt Gaetz pulling up to R. Kelly's house saying, I'm putting together a team. Also, legally, I have to introduce myself. You may be wondering what Jerome Powell ever did to make Trump so angry. I mean, the way Trump talks about him, you'd think they caught him at a Coldplay concert with Trump's wife. But at its heart, this is a beef about economics. Trump wants to lower interest rates to help juice the economy, but Jerome Powell is in charge of setting those interest rates, and he refuses to lower them because he's worried that will increase inflation. And nothing makes Trump angrier than someone doing their job well.
He should have cut interest rates a long time ago. Europe has cut them 10 times in the short period of time, and we cut them none. The only time he cut them was just before the election to try and help Kamala or Biden, whoever the hell it was, because nobody really knew. How did that work out? You'll tell me. It didn't work out too well, did it?
By the way, if you're wondering what this guy has to do with any of this, I'll tell you, nothing. That's the Crown Prince of Bahrain. He flew across the planet to talk about peace in the Middle East, and now he just has to sit there while Trump works himself up over some personal shit. It's like when you were at your friend's house for dinner and get dragged into their parents' fight. You know? Oh, you know what? Let's ask Timmy. Timmy, is 4 beers a normal amount to drink at breakfast? Tell Mr. Patterson. Tell Mr. Patterson. If Trump hates this guy so much, why doesn't he just fire him? Well, he's been threatening to pretty much nonstop ever since he won the election. But you tell me if Powell seems fazed by it.
Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Okay. You don't want to spin it? Do a little grandstanding, you know? The camera's on, give it a little razzle-dazzle, Big J, come on! But no, Jerome Powell truly does not give a about Trump's threats.
To follow up on Victoria's question, do you believe the president has the power to fire or demote you?
Not permitted under the law.
Not what?
Not permitted under the law.
Wow. He went on to add, try me, bitch. Although, just one more quick follow-up, Chairman Powell. Do you think I can pull off jean shorts?
Not permitted under the law.
Harsh but fair.